Hi everyone, this is going to be for lesson 14.2, which is drawing symmetric shapes. So last chapter, I know we talked about line symmetry, which is when you cut something in half, it looks exactly the same on both sides. So we're going to kind of use that definition and also apply it to today's, because today is going to be the lesson about where you start doing the drawing and how it is cut. So let's go ahead and look at the first one. It says you want to create a mask that has at least one line of symmetry. Does either mask meet your requirements? Explain. Okay, well first let's see if I can cut this mask in half right here vertically. Does each side look the same? And that answer would be yes. Both of those look exactly the same. They both have one ear, they both have one stripe, they both have an eye, and the both has the nose that's also cut, and it also each has an ear and is the exact same shape. So yes, both of those are the same. So yes, that would have a line of symmetry. Okay, let's take a look at the mask on the right. Okay, well, let's take a look at something automatically. Take a look at this, the feathers. The feathers are only one side of the mask. So if I were to cut the mask, would this side, the left side, have the feathers? No, it wouldn't. So this mask does not show line symmetry because it is not exactly the same on both sides. One side has the feathers and the other side does not, so it would not have any line symmetry. Let's look at the koala bear. It says complete the mask so that it has one line of symmetry. Alright, you're going to have to bear with me here because I'm drawing on the computer and I'm not the world's best artist, alright? So I'm going to really try my best to copy this koala mask. Okay, so again, I'm going to start by making the head, and then I'm going to have to go over here to the ear, and then to come down for the rest of the head, and then a little nose piece here. I'm going to draw, this would probably be the nose. I'm going to draw my eyepiece over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and decorate the inside of the ear. So again, when you are trying to copy a shape and it's trying to have line symmetry, both sides of the picture need to be matching. Again, like I said, I'm not the world's best artist, and maybe you are, maybe you aren't. So just really try your best when it comes to drawing and trying to make it match. It has to look equally so that they can show us line symmetry. I'm going to go ahead and scooch on down to our next practice pages, which is going to show us maybe on a grid about how to draw it. All right, so it says, one half the symmetric shape is shown. Draw the rest of the shape. Okay, so for example, they're showing us kind of like this top half of, I'm not really sure what shape this is, but we can kind of guess that it might be some kind of trapezoid, the square on it kind of a shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this shape and we're going to have to try to draw what it would look like on the bottom half. So what they did is that they tried to cut the shape horizontally. So if I have to match that shape exactly the same, well, I know that the bottom goes one piece and then it goes up, right? And then it would have to come down, it'd go up two spots, and then it would have to come down into the middle. And that is exactly what they drew here. They were drawing how the shape would have to look exactly the same on the bottom as if it was on the top, kind of like a flipped mirror. So if you were to hold that shape up into a mirror, you would be able to see that it on your whiteboard and then on the mirror, it would look exactly the same no matter which way it is being shown. So let's take a look at this other side here. I'm going to switch my color to kind of show you the other way they cut it. So now this time they're going to pretend to cut it vertically. Again, same thing. You'd have to match it going over, it goes over one spot down, one spot up, two spots over, and then it comes down diagonally and it goes over two spots. Again, they went ahead and drew it down here for you. So again, either way, the shape can be drawn two different ways, horizontally and vertically, and that is something that I was trying to explain in the last lesson, 14.1, when talking about line symmetry, that you could cut the shape or mirror the shape either way. You can mirror the shape horizontally, or you can mirror the shape vertically, as long as you make sure that both sides match. That is the big word here, matching sides. We have just a few more practice problems, and then you'll be able to work on your independent pages. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this next practice problem we have here. One half of the shape and the line of symmetry are drawn. Draw the rest of the shape. So it looks like they're cutting this shape vertically. So to draw it across, I'm going to go ahead and take a look. It looks like they are connecting it 1, 2, 3 lines across. 1, 2, 3 lines across, 2 lines up, 2 lines across, 1, 2, 3 lines down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines across on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then connecting here 5. Perfect. So you can see that I have drawn the shape exactly how it looks like on the opposite sides when it is cut vertically. Again, they cut it up and down. That is a vertical cut. So I was trying to mirror that on the other side. Again, how I got that was I kind of counted how many lines there are. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 lines here. 2 on the side, 2 on the side, 1, 2 at the top, 1, 2, 3 on the side, 1, 2, 3 on the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom. And that is how I got them to be mirrored. Let's look at number 2. One half of the symmetric shape is drawn. Draw the rest of the shape. So we need to decide how we want to cut this shape. We can cut it either diagonally, horizontally, vertically. So I'm going to just choose the way here. It's kind of like a diagonal cut here. So I'm going to pretend that I cut the shape this way. So again, let's take a look how to draw. It looks like they have one shape going on the bottom. So I got one line, one line, one line. One line going up, one line going up. And then they have 2 lines diagonally. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I have drawn this shape with a diagonal cut, and again, it is mirrored that way. I'm going to show you maybe another way to mirror that last object here, just to kind of give you another way to draw it. So let's say they cut it diagonally this way. Again, we'd have to make sure we mirror it. There is a diagonal line going at the top, just 1. On the bottom, it has 2, so I'm going to do 1, 2, and then on the side it is also connecting 2 dots. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so again, make sure that when you are drawing it, that you are mirroring it on the exact same side. Okay, I want you to notice that I started from the line of symmetry. When I started drawing my shape, I started from this line here. I did not start at the bottom, because then, let's say if I were to draw my shape this way. If I were to draw my shape this way, okay, yes, that shape looks the same, but it is not mirrored. Mirrored means it needs to be back to back, and if I were to fold my shape, they would line up. If I were to fold my green shape and my red shape, those would not be folding up equally. I would kind of have 2 separate pieces. So please make sure that you remember that when you fold it, that it is going to be touching and mirroring each other. That is the end of lesson 14.2, which is about how to draw symmetric shapes.